What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing good. Spirit called me to do a collective love reading. It's going to be a timeless reading. Don't know if it'll be a continuation of what we have been going through. I would imagine so. It seems we've been tapping into a story collectively here. Let's see. I'm going to block off my seat this time. I'm learning. I'm also going to block off my other side. Probably should have done that beforehand. So now we're going to be all blocked off. Not blocked up, excuse me. I'm going to fix my bag. Okay. Anyways, guys, so yeah. Hope you guys are doing good. I hope you're going to do good. Yeah. We're going to be using the Golden Dawn Tarot today. Here's the back. Yeah, man. So, yeah, things have been pretty crazy. Energy-wise, I'd say within love and relationships. I've been doing the daily timeless readings every day now since I started the page on Instagram. It's JS Tarot service, by the way. It's the same as the YouTube. I still need to link it on my channel, but yeah, if you want to see like daily messages, I do like a 1 minute message every day on Instagram. So if you do want to tap into that, since I'm not always doing the collective readings here, it seems to be like a continuation of the story we've all been going through, guys. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a deep breath, say our prayer, and then we'll get started with the reading, whatever comes up. Alright, I pray to God, Spirit, my guides, my angels, and ancestors. Please help guide myself, the collective, and anybody else watching to see the clearest messages for the highest good of all involved in our love and relationships for a timeless love reading. Yeah, so whenever you watch this, really can resonate, honestly. It's not a big of a deal. But we're going to be doing the usual. We're going to be doing energies for you, your person, and the in-betweens, guys. So let's go ahead and just shuffle up, see what comes out. Ooh, first up, guys. Oh my god. I was trying to block it off. Yeah, it literally flew under my seat. This the first card that flew out, Death. So I think we're going to be going through a major transformation. I don't know, I mean, if you're tapped into the energies, I mean, obviously if you're going through your personal situation and you are tapped into the energies. But yeah, the energies have been, they have been good. It does not feel like it's been an intense energy in a terrible way for me personally. It's felt really transformative, and I think this really speaks on this here with the card. It's a very transformative type of energy that we are all going through right now. So this kind of feels like an overall message between you and your person. It doesn't really feel like yours or theirs energy. It just feels like an energy, and it feels like the energy we're all going through right now as a collective. And it's just something where I think everybody is going through their own personal transformation right now. I'm going to set this to the side though. Now we're going to intentionally pull cards for your energy in this situation. So Spirit, please help me pull cards. Any messages for the collective, love and relationships, anything that wants to come out. I'm not going to, put this as like a labeled reading. It's not like a Twinflame or Soulmate reading, but if that comes out, that comes out. This can apply to any type of relationship, but my intention here is for love and relationships, like romantic relationships, right? But again, it can apply to any area of your life. Whatever resonates, guys. Just don't force it if it isn't fit, So yeah, first, the bag came in handy, and it came right out there. So yeah, first cards coming out for your energy here. We have the Devil and we have the King of Cups. So what I'm feeling like with these two cards is you are coming to the end of some very toxic cycles, but more so what I'm feeling here is you are obsessed about. You are obsessing a little bit too much maybe, but it is an obsessive type of energy. It feels like to me when I see the Devil card, it doesn't feel like a terrible energy. To me, it feels like a type of fate, a type of fated energy, right? Because you see these two people and they are chained to each other in some degree through their shadow aspects, if you will. But what I'm feeling like here with the King of Cups is this could be you or the other person. It is your energy, but keep in mind the energies are vice versa. What I am really feeling with this, it's this energy of somebody coming into your energy. This is kind of what it feels like. It feels like your person is showing up in your energy right now, and they're coming through to reassure you that, hey, like, I do very much have strong emotions for you. They may not be speaking about that right now, but it's because they're going through a transformation. Again, we are all going through this transformation, and I feel like this is why this energy is coming to play here. Yeah, Spirit's telling me this could be definitely your person. I was going to say in between, but this could be like a Capricorn energy here with the Devil card. You can have like water signs here. You can have Scorpio with the Death card. But what it really feels like is there is a major transformation and change coming through for a faded relationship in your life. Okay, so we're going to pull some more cards here. Alright, Spirit wants me to pull for your person, so we're going to just go on to your person real quick, because that feels like a pretty self-explanatory energy, and the fact that your person seems to be coming through right now in the reading, it feels like they have a message for you. Honestly, if I'm being quite honest, let's see what they have to say. Because the King of Cups can be like a masculine energy, right? It does not have to be gender specific. Okay, Spirit, energies for collective's person. Wow, we got a big stack, guys. At bottom of the deck, though, we have Judgment, right? When I see the Judgment card, to me that feels like Spirit is stepping in, or Spirit has already done so. What I'm really feeling like here is this relationship is truly divinely guided. It's a relationship that is leading you deeper to yourselves. And I don't know, we're gonna get some cards here. I mean, we literally have a big old stack, right? Like this is for your person. So we're gonna do the story method that I like to do here. We're gonna go as we go. So Ace of Wands coming out in your person's energy. They are clearly feeling very passionate about you. They are, to me, it feels like they're gearing up to come forward to you, right? It is the Ace, so that does mean new beginnings. This could be somebody you are in separation with. If this is a soulmate type of energy, twin flame type of energy, then you would understand there's, you know, a separation process that goes into stuff like that. This next card out, we do have the Three of Pentacles reversed. So that to me speaks of the need for this person to bring themselves back into balance. It feels like there may be a little bit of a lack of confidence in their energy right now. To me, the Three of Pentacles can speak of the mind, the body, and the soul. It's a really nice energy to be in, because that means you're coming to the end of being imbalanced, or this person is recognizing how there have been imbalances in the connection, which is why they're also embodying this Ace of Wands energy, and they want to come through to resolve this. Keep in mind, we do have the Death, and so with Death as the overall energy, I feel like we should really keep in mind that there's a lot of transformation going on in this connection right now. And so I feel like that is what we're going to be talking about, the transformations that are happening and what we can expect from those transformations. Because the next card out, yeah, it is the Princess of Pentacles. The Princess of Pentacles can speak of slow-moving energy, but still committal energy. The Princess of Pentacles is somebody who is very sure of themselves. They know what they want. They know how to get it, but they are willing to take the time to do so, right? This can also speak of somebody who is a little bit focused on their work right now. They're focusing on their finances. And again, this is why we might have the Three of Pentacles reversed. Maybe they aren't ready to provide you with what you need, so they have the passion here. They just don't necessarily have their finances where they want them to be, and that might be why you may be feeling a sense of delay, even though it doesn't feel like a delay, right? But let's go ahead and get the next card out. For your person, we do have the Prince of Swords reversed. Yeah, Prince of Swords reversed. So it's just like a lack of communication. I feel like you guys are probably in separation, maybe not speaking much right now, and I feel like it just has a lot to do with the fact that they are in this energy here of preparing to come forward. But in order to do so, they have to regain their confidence, they have to regain their finances. They may be going through a situation with somebody. This could be this Prince of Swords here, where there's maybe somebody that they're kind of walking away from or have walked away from, which is why we have the Death as a transformation energy. So I feel like your person has brought an end to some situations in their life that may have been preventing them from coming forward, may have caused them to feel, you know, not so confident in their life or just with themselves in general, right? Because the next card out is the Hanged Man reverse. So I feel like right now they just may be feeling a little bit disempowered. They may be, like I said, coming out of that connection, the karmic connection that was causing them to feel this way. And so I think right now they're just kind of regaining their balance. It really feels like to me this person is in a hermit mode, right? We don't have the Hermit on, you know, in the cards yet, but it does feel to me like this person is really just going within to regain their confidence, because they do want to bring you, they do want to build with you here, and they do want to offer you this new opportunity, but I think they just need time to really balance themselves out, right? Especially since we got the Four of Pentacles reversed, guys. So this person is more than likely having a hard time of letting go of some of the things that this Prince of Swords right here, let me take these two, feels like they may be coming out of this energy. Like this feels like something that they're fed up with whatever this is. This could be an ex, this could be a friend, a family member. It does feel like somebody else's energy that they're letting go of. They're letting go of everything that has happened and how that has disempowered them in this connection. Either that, or they're still in a space of trying to gain wisdom on how to move forward based on what has happened, because they do not want to repeat this with you, you know? Well, all right, Spirit's telling me to move on to the in-betweens here, though. Yeah, I know it can be really difficult sometimes. You may get really impatient when it comes to your person. I know it can be a hard thing to accept when somebody's in this space, especially if you know how you can help them and you want to help them, but they just don't necessarily want to come forward for that help. And it doesn't mean anything about you. More than anything, it just has a lot to do with them wanting to do this for themselves, it feels like. So let's go and get an in-between energy here, Spirit. What can we get between collective's person and collective here? In-between energies, what's going on between these two? Or multiple people, because it's probably a collective I'm reading for. So what do we got? What do we have? Okay, I'm just going to take these. Yep, exactly what I thought. Yeah, that's really nice. That's not bad at all. So we're going to start out with the 10 of Wands between you two right now. You guys are definitely coming out of this stagnant, difficult energy, right? The 10 of Wands to me can mean coming to the end of just really a cycle in general. Given wand energy can be, about passion, career, anything having to do with your relationship that may be affecting the relationship. I feel like that's coming to a close, right? Because we have the 7 of Cups, and I feel like that means there has been a change in perspective. This person is, I guess it's both of you now. You guys are having a change of perspective, and you're understanding what it is it's going to take for you to both build a relationship with each other. And it's really what I feel like here. I feel like there's been a change in perspective of the death energy. A lot is being broken down, right? I feel like in the internal sense, I feel like death is representative of the internal aspects of yourself shifting, whereas the Tower, I would say, is more external. I mean, they both affect each other and it can be vice versa, but what I'm feeling here is there are some serious perspective changes, guys, specifically regarding emotions. And more than anything, I'm feeling like this person is now realizing just how strongly they really do feel for you. And that's why I feel like they're coming out in your energy here with the Devil and the King of Cups. This person, they may be keeping to themselves, but it's very, very clear to me that they are now realizing just how important this connection truly is to them, and just how important you really are to them as well. This can also be vice versa. I think both people are in that state now where, with these transformations going on, both people are really recognizing just how important they are to each other. And I think that is an important aspect of any relationship, specifically if you are in separation, okay? Yeah, because the next card out, guys, what is this? The 8 of Wands? The 8 of Wands, so you can expect movement really, really soon. I know it may have been a while. I don't know how long it's been for everybody else, but some people have, different separation periods depending on whatever it is that's going on. But it feels like there's going to be some movement really, really soon, and it's just, you just kind of need to be patient, right? That's kind of what was coming out in the daily energy today. I mean, when I put this video out, it will have been yesterday. But it's this energy of just really taking a step back and really going within and really reevaluating how to move forward in a way that is not going to repeat the past, right? Because I feel like you both are taking each other very seriously. You're taking this connection very seriously. And that is what's allowing you guys to get to this 8 of Wands space, recognizing the passion, changing your perspective, and understanding a deeper emotional connection in this, a deeper emotional aspect of this connection, okay? Because we have the 5 of Wands, Pentacles reversed. So as the in-between energy, this just talks about really coming out of the cold, guys. I mean, that's the last card we have here. So if we want to take a look at these 4, you guys are definitely coming out of this, okay? I know it may have seemed like it's taken a while, or you may just be really impatient. I know I am personally a very impatient person whenever it comes to things that I know so strongly in my heart. I can feel it, and I just know things to be the truth through intuition and stuff like that. But you got to understand, there's always so much that is going on behind the scenes, and I think that's why we had Judgment come out and we had Death come out, because there's a need to understand that there's so much going on behind the scenes that's going to bring you two together, and that is why you guys are getting to this space. You're coming to the end of this cycle. You're changing your perspective on the relationship. You're likely going to be communicating about this very, very soon, because the reason I say that is because the 8 of Wands itself is considered to be one of the fastest moving cards in the deck. It is the card of communication, the card of expressing feelings, expressing emotions, but also very passionate encounters, okay? Okay, Spirit wants me to pull some more in-betweens here. Actually, bottom of the deck, though, before I do that, we have the 3 of Cups. So this should be a very celebratory time for you. The 3 of Cups naturally is a celebratory energy, guys. What I'm hearing, too, is those karmic cycles are closing out, have been closed out. Spirit is taking care of it. That's what I feel like. I don't feel like that when we were doing the readings, in the past few weeks or so, there was this kind of karmic energy that would come up in some of the readings, especially in some of the signs. But I feel like that's been closing out. I know I personally have not been feeling the third party energy as strongly. I feel like in one of the dailies that we did, specifically the third party energy was being closed out, and the daily after that, like, you should go. I don't want to, like, hype up the page, but you should go check it out, man. The dailies for the Timeless Love readings are really reminiscent of where we're at now. And so if you want to get a kind of synopsis of what everything has been happening, sorry, I'm having trouble speaking. I just got off of work, so I'm still like in that work mind tired-ish mode. I'm doing my best to manage my mind and emotions to speak in a way that makes sense. But I feel like if you were to take a look at those daily messages, you would kind of see the story happening here, right? Now I'll give you a quick rundown. It's like, started out with your person, not only closing out the toxic connections, but then the next one was like they're realizing the importance of the connection. And then the next one after that was like understanding what has been holding them back in the connection. And then the one today was like, taking a step back and regaining confidence and finances before moving forward in this connection. So I really feel like there's a deeper story at play here. And this doesn't feel like third party energy to me. I mean, it does feel like the third party closing out because it's an overall energy with the death and the judgment. Spirit stepped in. Like, remember that was coming out in all the signs? Like, we kind of had to let Spirit take the wheel. We had to let Spirit take the wheel because Spirit does what Spirit does, and Spirit understands that in divine connections, other people interfering will likely get their karma, and you guys will get your justice, okay? If you focus so much on the karma of the other people, then you're going to continue to manifest that for them instead of manifesting your justice. And so I think that's something really important to recognize here with this Three of Cups. It's kind of like you have a choice, right? You have the choice to focus on the karma of maybe the third party or the other person, or you can focus on the justice that you want to bring into your life, guys. I'm going to keep this out here on the side. Let's get some more messages here. Whatever wants to come out. Spirit wants me to kind of free flow today, it seems. So, sorry, I'm going to tuck my shirt in. Kind of bugging me. There we go. Yep. I don't know why that bugs me. It just does for some reason. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Yeah. A Judgment came out again. I thought I took this card out. Alright, I thought I set it down, but I guess not. So, Judgment, I guess, is going to be coming out again. I feel like there's this energy. It's like the divine is putting people into spiritual jail of sense. And what I mean by that is the divine is stepping in and is really just handling business. It's like, it sounds like you've been focusing on your healing. Your person's been focusing on their healing. And whatever interferences that were happening have been taken care of through this Judgment card. And if you look at the Judgment card, right? This is exactly what I'm talking about. You have, oh, this is really interesting. I didn't even recognize that. If you look closely, it's kind of hard to tell. You do have two people here. You have another person here, and you have a person here. And then you have the divine up here, right? So this, to me, can represent, I don't know, it's interesting. I'm getting kind of different stories here, but with the Judgment card, what it feels like is like the third party energy is being closed out. This could represent the divine manifest in the physical, right? This can represent the divine connection going on and the third parties that were present being cleared out, right? In the cleansing waters, the divine stepping in and saying no more. This is like the symbol of communication up here. You got the yellow, you have the trumpets, you have a, what is it, like a little cross? So it's like this kind of healing energy. I don't necessarily know the Hebrew, what this Hebrew letter is. I'm not too familiar with that, but I do know. Yeah, and you even got the snakes up here too. I don't know if you can see that. I never actually noticed that you have snakes. And so it's like this divine energy is being brought in. And snakes can represent transformation. They can represent shedding of old burdens. They can represent the renewal of passion. It's like a death and rebirth energy, because the snake itself, when it sheds, is naturally rebirthing itself into a new body in a sense, right? So let me go ahead and get some more cards here. I guess so. Emperor's at the bottom of the deck here, guys. That's kind of seems like we're doing a bottom of the deck reading. It's a really interesting reading the way this is going today. But what I'm feeling here, guys, is your masculine could very well be twin flame, could very well be soulmates. It looks like this has a lot to do with your person. So it almost feels like we're just, pulling energies on your person right now. I feel like because you're both mirroring each other so much, it just makes sense to read in this way because it applies to both of you. But honestly, guys, to me, this feels like your masculine person is really doing the work. I think you should really send them love. Even if you're not in contact with them right now, send them love, send them healing energy. If they are open to it, they will receive it. If you believe in the twin flame stuff and you find yourself on that journey, then you will understand, just how important that is. And when you go into that space of really accepting them where they're at, sending them love, sending them healing, it really influences and impacts the connection in a healthy way. And the way you'll know that is you'll feel a shift in yourself. So when you, like, here's a good example, right? let's say you're feeling triggered about something your partner did, or your masculine counterpart did. Let's say you're a primarily divine feminine person, you resonate with divine feminine energy, so let's say this is your counterpart. Let's say you kind of go into this energy of you're triggered, maybe there's a separation, and you're just not feeling good about it. Maybe they're ignoring you, whatever it is that's going on. But you know that is deeper than just you being ignored. You know, as we've seen in the readings, and as you likely have spoken to them at some point, you know that they're going through a lot. And so what I'm feeling with this is they are really stepping into their power. But again, you kind of got to give them the space to go through this transformation here. They're healing their toxic aspects of how it is they approach relationships. They are maturing though, right? They are maturing into the king, and that is going into the emperor. So to me, that speaks of this death energy, this transformation, and this judgment energy, and the Three of Cups. Everything that has been going on, it's been divinely guided. We have a lot of major arcana. I'm going to pull them all out real quick. I want to show them all here, along with the Three of Cups. Right? Before we move on to pulling some more cards, let's take a quick look at this, guys. Just to reiterate, just to make sure we're on the same page, we have the Judgment here, divinely guided intervention, bringing in major transformation into this connection. And actually, this doesn't feel like an unhealthy card. The Devil energy to me seems like a soul contract, if you will. It can represent a deep connection being recognized, both people now seeing the divine nature of that. You know what I mean? Because if you think about okay, Spirit, tell me to leave it there. Well, let's go ahead and pull some cards. Let's pull some cards. I'm gonna set the Emperor down right here. Under the Emperor is the Three of Swords reversed, right? Coming out of that heartbreak. Coming out of that heartbreak. Let me go ahead and pull some cards here for collective and their person. It does seem we are tapping into twin flame energy. I did not go into it with the intention of doing that, but it just seems like that is who I'm reading for these days. And I have no problems with that. I personally really enjoy this energy. For me, it's been very transformative. I've healed so much in such a short amount of time. I have stepped into my power in a way I've only ever dreamed of. Yeah, and it's beautiful. It's a very beautiful experience to go through. It's difficult. I mean, it's definitely death energy, Scorpio energy, but if you have Scorpio placements, I guess you understand what that feels like. Not that other people wouldn't, but it's like Scorpio energy, you're in that energy quite a bit. That death and transformation energies where Scorpios thrive, right? But aside from that, let's get some cards here for collective. Spirit wants me to do one more pull and then likely close out the reading. We're pushing almost 30 minutes. Let's hit 22 minutes. Okay. 222 was on the clock there. That was 2222. This final messages here. Okay. Yeah. I feel like there's a need to let go of the immaturity of communications. And I feel like the transformation that we're going through is going to close that out. I feel like what's being transformed is the lack of communication, the pettiness, the vindictiveness, the controllingness, just whatever comes with this King of Swords reverse is being closed out for both of you, right? I feel like you guys are really getting rid of the difficulties in communication, and that is what this transformation and separation is bringing into you. Okay? Could also represent the third party energy being closed out. Yeah, like I'm saying, guys, the energy feels so much better now. It feels so much lighter. It does not feel like there's the interference that we were seeing in the beginning of these readings when I started doing this. I really feel like Spirit stepped in and took care of things for us, right? Because we have, we have the Hermit. So this to me can represent a divine and fated connection. You can see that with the Star, but I also see that with the Hermit. I feel like the Hermit is wisdom. The Hermit represents wisdom being gained. It's very similar to the Hanged Man, but it's more internal type of energy. It's less sacrificial type of energy, because the Hanged Man I feel like can be almost like a self-sacrifice for wisdom. You know, if you understand the story of, I think it's like Odin, and how he went on the quest for wisdom and had to make sacrifices, and he like gave his eye up and all these kinds of different things. To me, that's what I see when I see the Hangman, right? But when I see the Hermit, to me, this can represent just, it's like the calm before the storm. And that was what was coming out in the reading today for the daily, or the one that you will see yesterday. The calm before the passionate storm. I do feel like there's going to be so much coming in for you, but it's just, you just need to wait a little bit longer. And I know that's difficult to hear, because I personally don't like to be having to wait for a lot of things. I'm a very impatient person sometimes. Not just one of my shadow aspects, but I have become much more patient in the recent years. And I feel like this Hermit, I feel like it's a confirmation that you are on the right path. The Hermit to me can represent somebody who's a mystic, somebody who is very in touch with their mental space, their emotional space, and their spiritual space. It's a very spiritual energy. Somebody who has their wand of passion, right? They have the light of the truth, the lantern of the truth, and they are now seeing the truth of this connection. And that is what I feel like is the main closing energy here for you both. You're both in this Hermit energy because you're both understanding just how important this connection is for you guys, the relationship as a whole, and the collective. Okay, so Spirit wants me to do one last pull, and then we're going to close out the reading with whatever comes out. So what do we need to know, Spirit? What's the final last energy here for the collective and love and relationships, twin flames, soulmates, personal growth, whatever comes through? What do we have to close this reading out, guys? Okay. Okay. Spirit wants me to take the stack as well. So we're going to do a little stack story before we close, guys. We have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords that come out in the reverse initially, I feel like... Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to put it into words here. I'm like... I have this thing where like I kind of like will see, I won't like see the energy, but I'll like, it's like a pocket of energy, and then I got to take that energy and I have to like put it into words. It's difficult to explain. But what I'm seeing is with the Hermit and the Three of Swords. The Hermit seems to tie into this Three of Swords, and it's this energy of moving away from this and needing to let go of the heartbreak of your past, right? This can represent your past relationships, but it can also represent the heartbreaks with you and your counterpart. If you do consider yourself to be in a twin flame situation, you will understand that there's a lot of heartbreak, especially in the initial stages of, let's say you do come together for a little bit, and that separation, it's difficult for both of you, and that's what I'm hearing. I think it's recognizing that that separation is not only difficult for you, but it is also difficult for your masculine counterparts. If you do feel like you are a masculine counterpart, then understand it's difficult for your feminine counterpart as well. Keeping in mind we all have those energies within us. It is not gender specific, right? Because the next card out, Four of Swords reversed. You're coming out of this restful period. I feel like you both have been in the Hermit mode, and you're coming out of that. Spirit is bringing us out of that, which I feel like is why we have the Death as the overall energy at the beginning of the reading, because all of these separations that we all have been going through, it's coming to an end because we are now learning the lessons of what it has taught us, right? Exactly. We have the Nine of Wands. So to me, Spirit telling me this represents the passion of the connection. I feel like Nine of Wands, it could represent like a group of people, it could represent like a congregation, but to me, if I were to say a congregation, that would represent your guides, angels, and ancestors. But Spirit's telling me, like, just really reiterating, this has to represent the passion progressing in the connection, right? It just feels like a very, very passionate energy, the end of the difficult cycles, right? I feel like, oh, here it is. Okay, so this energy right here, it could be a very sexual energy. I don't know if you and your partner connect in that way with your twin flame. I'm not going to get too much into that. I feel like it's a very personal thing, but Spirit is telling me that this sexual energy here is what's going to transform this heartbreak, right? It's going to bring you out of this heartbreak. It's going to bring you out of this phase. But I think more than anything, it's needing to accept your sexual nature and to come to terms with how that applies to you and your person, right? And it's a very personal thing for everybody else. I'm not going to get too much into that, but that's what I'm feeling like here. It's this very, very intense sensual, sexual, passionate energy. And keep in mind, sensuality isn't the same as sexuality, right? Like, sensuality has to do with the senses, things that are sensuous, things that are pleasurable to your senses. It can be, the way your person looks, it can be the way your person smells, the way their voice sounds, all kinds of things. And I feel like Spirit's coming through to let you know that it's important to focus on that part of your connection now. I feel like when you first came together with this person, it was very mental, it was very just maybe conversational, getting to know each other, and now there is this sense of Spirit bringing in a very passionate encounter and energy into your connection that is going to help heal the heartbreaks that you both are feeling, both the heartbreaks that have been happening between you two and outside of your lives karmically, right? Because the last card, I don't know if it's the last card actually, but the next card is the Tree of Life reverse. Okay, whenever I get the Tree of Life, keep in mind this is from mystical Kabbalah or just Kabbalah in general. Yeah, well, there's different modalities of Kabbalah, but if you want to get into the specifics, it's not really a thing. But to me, the Tree of Life reverse represents the need to stop trying to force things, stop trying to build things up from the ground and let things manifest from the ethers. We talked about this in our last twin flame reading, and this is what I was talking about, how you see it starts up here in the ethers, right, or aethers, what you would call it, and you know, it moves down in a lightning type of fashion, right? And that's kind of how the energy moves, and this represents our physical reality. This is the medicine wheel, I believe, a type of wheel that represents the elements, and this is our physical reality. And these are like, these three up here would represent just kind of like the ethers and where consciousness manifests from, and then you start getting into more of the physicalities of the internal world, you know, the chakra systems and all that kind of stuff. And each of these spheres, they all have different associations, different angels, different tarot cards, crystals, colors, I mean, you name it, they all have different associations. And if you really want to get into the depths of studying spirituality, I would recommend looking into this Tree of Life, because it contains pretty much everything you would need to understand the path, because the way it works is you work through this path. You kind of work through each sphere, and that's kind of how you will progress on your spiritual journey. And I feel like this relationship is reflecting this right now. So when it's in the reverse, that tells me you're focusing too much on the physical. You're trying to force the physical into the ethers, but it's the opposite, right? It's like you kind of got to understand that the divine is stepping in for a reason, because the divine is going to bring in things that you would not be able to bring in yourself. And it's not to say that you're not powerful enough to do that, but it's to say that you need to accept the help from the divine and understand that it is not always up to you to bring this into fruition. It's understanding the divine is going to help you if you let the divine help you. And it's just a matter of surrendering. So I think at the end of the day, this card is asking you to surrender to the divine, to surrender to the divinity of your connection, give into the sensuous nature that is being presented to you, and understand that you are being brought into a new phase of your relationship through this energy. Okay? Yeah, exactly, because it's a renewal of passion, you guys. That seems to be the energy coming through. It's a very passionate sexual energy. I know it's not, I can't deny the energies that are coming through. This is what I'm feeling here with this card. It's going to be a very passionate encounter, and I think between you and your person, should you reconcile, should you have free will, of course, should you decide to reconcile, I feel like this is the type of energy that is going to come through. What I'm seeing here is, if you think about the Magician, and let's go back to the Tree of Life. That's not the Tree of Life. That's the next card, which is the Five of Cups reversed. But if we go back to the Tree of Life, you understand the elements, right? You have fire, earth, air, and water. And just, I mean, if you can go into, like, if you want to get into alchemy, you would have like metal, and you know, I think wood is one of them. I'm not sure. I'm not a full-on alchemist, but it's understanding that in order for you to fully manifest a connection like this, you need to do so with every aspect of your psyche. How can I explain this? Incorporating all of the elements, right? So incorporating the emotions, incorporating the passion of the wands, incorporating the stability of the pentacles, and incorporating the truth of the swords. And I feel like this is the energy that is asking you to do that. It's asking you to recognize maybe where there have been imbalances in your connection, and I feel like that's what we're getting here with this Princess of Pentacles. That's what it's asking us to do. It's like you have done everything else in the connection, but there just needs to be a renewal of passion. And I feel like the divine is helping to bring that into you, right? Because we do have the Five of Cups reversed, and so it feels like to me you're coming out of this sad energy. Like I said, this sexual energy is going to transform your relationship. It is going to transform yourself. It is going to help you heal. It's going to do so much that you may have been trying to do on your own,